Welcome back to another Team Solemn Circus live duel. Today on the left side, we actually have Mathmech, very, very good deck coming out of the format, starting the new list right off. And we have Mathmech. We're hoping that Biscuit are going to go away. So I definitely like the deck. It has a lot of hand trap builds. It reminds me of like the good old days before a tier where you can just play so many hand traps. It reminds me of Sprite in a lot of ways. And we're over here on the right side playing Branded Despia, or I guess Albaz and Friends. Best deck of the format, hands down. That's what we're saying. That's what we're committing to. It's going to be the best deck, and that's going to be it. We see some die rolls here. I don't think it's going to be the best deck. It's one of the best decks for sure. It has some good choke points, but, I love the deck. So here we end up winning the die roll. And, yeah, looks like we're going to go first. Let's dive in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more branded content. We're going to start off with a activating opening here. Then we're going to discard Retribution. Good card to have in the graveyard. Not a good card to have in your hand. I mean, it can come up when you have to use it for the effect if you want to like destroy one of your. I mean, it's good in the grind game, I guess. We're going to summon out the Eluber, activating the effect, adding the Branded Fusion. We're going to activate Branded Fusion once we move into the main phase here, sending the Lubellion as well as the Albaz, making that Albion there. Albaz is a beautiful, beautiful ulti. Making the Albion, activating the effect here of the Albion there. To fuse the Albaz as well as a Mercury in her hand. Well, I guess that's a way to get it banished. Summoning out the Lubellion there, and Mercury's effect's going to activate here, adding us a Cartesia, or any card that lists Albaz, I guess. Then we're going to be discarding the Albaz there off the Lubellion. That's for cost, by the way. So here we can either add Albion or the Blazing Cartesia. Beautiful card. An amazing card as well. Then we're going to be shuffling back the Lubellion and the Albaz to make the Starlight Mirror Jade. What a gorgeous card. And a good card too. I mean, you don't always want to make it turn 0. Like I don't think it's necessarily correct to make it turn 0. You don't really need to anymore, especially like Branded Fusion. But we do have the Lubellion to bounce, get the Albaz, get Albion engraved, then we're going to activate the Lubellion effect to put the Branded Beast on the field. Another crazy card. Especially I'm going to note the Blazing, because we have a Albaz in our graveyard. And this will let us fusion summon here. We can fuse using the what's it called on our field? The Eluber, which we are going to be doing. Going for the Gargle or whatever you want to call it. The Dusk Dragon, as we're going to call it there. And then Dusk is going to be able to send a level 6 light or dark from our deck or extra deck. It's level 6 or higher, by the way. So it can send Lubellion as well, if you guys would like. And it looks like that's going to go through. I'm assuming we're going to send the Garua there. We could send the Brigand from that extra deck if we wanted to get that Mercury negate. We're going to send the Garua there, hoping for that draw instead. And then we offer our opponent a cut. And then Garua effect's going to be able to draw. We're going to set 2 cards. That's very intimidating. And then during the end phase, Albion effect's going to activate here. And that's going to add us or set onto the field the Branded Red. We have no cards in our hands, so I guess Chimera is not as scary as we wish. Then Blazing Cartesia is going to come back to our hand. I forgot about that during the end phase. being able to bounce back, which is just cracked. And then Dust Dragon, we have kind of like 4 forms of interaction here, I guess, if you guys wanted to call it. They're going to activate the circular effect here, dumping for cost, most likely a Sigma. What a crazy card. Here we're going to activate Call with the Grave on the Sigma. Very, very good, stopping that circular, but do you have anything else? Can activate the Silent Mining. That's another card that's like crazy. Like, yeah, discard to search for any cyber sponsor. What the heck is that? Discarding the Ibli. Good thing he didn't go first. We didn't have a Bestial in our hand, so that could have been really, really bad. Here you're going to go for the addition or subtraction. I'm not sure which one is which. Going to activate targeting, most likely subtraction here. Going to target the Mirror Jade there, and then he's going to activate the effect of the circular to attempt to search for a spell and trap. We're going to imperm that. We can't let him get to his trap card. That card's just cracked. Any chance we get to stop it, it's going to be crazy. Here we're going to activate the Branded Beast, popping the circular so that it cannot activate. In theory, we could have done that on the effect that he searched for the subtraction. We should have just chained the effect of Beast to pop it so we didn't have to waste an imperm, but it's going to activate Small World here, revealing Microcoder. So here we're revealing it's not just Mathmech, it's actually Code Talker. To go for the Diameter here, which is an insane card. If you normal summons it, it's like, wow. But yeah, we kind of screwed up here because we should have kept that imperm and popped the circular on the summon. He's going to normal summon the Diameter, targeting the circular in the graveyard here. And we kind of have like 2 things we can do. We can activate the effect of Branded Red, target one of them graveyard. Fusion summon using, or we could chain the Mirror Jade. Yeah, so we're going to activate Mirror Jade here, sending for cost. The Abulentis. And then asking his response. But then we're going to chain the Branded Red, targeting there the Aluber. And then he says, yeah, you have it there. Noticing that we're going to be able to go into a Chimera, banish, pop 2, really do whatever we need to do there. And we have the game. So, interesting that he did reveal to us. Maybe thinking we could have thought it was pure Mathmech at that point. But now we know it's Code Talker a little bit. We saw Microcoder. Guess you could play a small package through Microcoder if you really wanted to. But, I played the match, so I know what ends up happening. So we know he's playing the Code Talker there, which is very, very. I like the deck. It's cool variation of Mathmech. Definitely different from the regular standard, like hand trap heavy Mathmech. But you still have some spots in it, and the Code Talker stuff is really crazy. I still think one day Konami's gonna release some like cracked sign support and just accidentally crack the deck. If it's not just cracked already and play, people just aren't playing it. I don't know. It can do some stuff even through Nib. Parallel Exceeds, insane card. Microcoder's an insane card. The Earth one's crazy too. And if they keep getting like links that are also like just cracked. Man, I wish D-Barrier just said the word link on it. I wish I got that errata. That'd be crazy. Would it be healthy for the game, though, is the question. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to see some more content like this. It helps the channel a lot. We are on the road to 2K. And if you guys want to know any videos you guys want to see, any decks you guys want us to play or feature, let me know. Let me know in the comment section. We do this for you guys. as well as like if we make any legal plays, this is just a box event actually. So we're going to be trying to be a little bit more hesitant on letting people take back some plays, which makes for good gameplay, I think. So we're going to see Circular activating here. Going into game 2 here, going into the Sigma, dumping Sigma, of course. And then we're going to be able to activate the effect of Sigma to bring itself back. We can't activate Call by the Grave. It's not our turn. And then we're going to see the effect of Circular Searching here for the Super Factorial. What a crazy card that is. Then they're going to be able to Exceed into the Albert here. I think it's interesting how like the deck is going to change, especially like this variation of the deck. Because like you're playing Code Talkers. If you're going first, you're fine. But what happens if you're going second versus like Cashier? Are you only playing 1 and 1 again? Like you're pretty much forced to play 2. But like you have so much. You can't play like 2 of every card, right? So here's going to search for the Diameter. Diameter's going to be normal summon, targeting the Sigma. And we're going to nib. And here he goes. Oh, you want to see the Spice. Which he did show us afterwards. He's actually playing the Synchro, eh? For that negate. He's trying to make sure that the negate's live and he doesn't need it because he's like not going into a super huge Synchro. But here we're going to smack down the nib, give him that token, but he can play through it anyways. He has the addition or subtraction targeting the token, so I believe it's the addition. He's going to use Microcoder and itself to go off into the Code Talker. And at this point, I'm hyped. He says, oh yeah, don't worry, we can play through this. I'm like, what? This is insane. We have Imperm in our hand, by the way. Not the smartest play. We should have Impermed earlier or kept it and just Impermed the negate. But yeah, we definitely misplayed there. But still, we get to see what this deck does. So he plays the code, whatever that spell. That's insane. It's like when you link someone, you can just add a Cyber's card that has that attribute once per turn for attribute. Going into transcode, doing the regular line of play, searching for the code generator, another crazy card. You can link someone in the hand. What? And then yeah, we're excited. We're gonna see Transcode Talker bring back the code, and then he's gonna activate the effect. I think they activate in hand to link summon. Going into Xcode Talker, haven't seen this guy in a really long time. This reminds me back to Firewall days and days with like when we were playing the Trilink Wizard. I remember people setting that up in like Spiral, and I was like, whoa, that card's crazy. Just reading it back in the good old days for links, searching for Paralytic Seed, summoning Xcode summons Paralytic Seed. Like, that's crazy. Then search for Dotscaper. Then we're going to be able to link away both of those for a Firewall Dragon. The man is back. I actually had to read this card. I forget what it does. Because he link summoned, Xyz going to activate here. So he's going to summon out another one. And here, I think he is locked into link summons. So we're not going to get like Dweller or Baguska here. He's going to link 2 into the IP. And we're like, okay. Sets 2, we're like, what the heck just happened? And we know one of them is super factorial, but he doesn't have the zones. So we're like, okay, we're safe for now. He's gonna have to use that IP. So like we have to read this. Like this is the part where I can't believe it. Like I had to reread Firewall. I think I did get an errata, so I think it's like now hard once per turn. But it's still crazy. So we draw for turn here. We're looking at our Imperm right in the face. We're gonna attempt to activate Branded Opening here. We're going to pitch the Imperm, which, summoning out Aluber, activate the Aluber effect. It's going to get Imperm there. 100% reasonable. Stop Branded Opening at any costs. If we have it, we have it. I don't believe we do at this point, though. So, here we're looking at this board like, what the heck can we do? We attempt to enter battle phase. He goes, no. We attempt to leave the main phase. He goes, activate effective IP. And so we're still in the main phase. He makes an Appaloosa for 3. Still is co-linked. So he's going to be able to have that bounce. And we have to think here. Like, do we We enter battle phase once again. Um, attempt to nib attack into the Appaloosa there. He's going to activate the effect of Superfactorial, targeting the 3 monsters. And we're going to chain a Bestial here. We're going to chain Magnemut, targeting Diameter, because we do not want that negate. If the monster has a negate, we're done for. And he can Appaloosa negate, but we're hoping that, he wastes an Appaloosa negate on that. Because that means it's going to be making it down so that we can beat over it, but he chooses not to negate that. But Magnemut's still going to be able to beat over it, and you can activate the effect of the Albert here. Searching for Diameter for the follow-up. And then we have to think, like, we get to redeclare with Nib. And Nib is going to attempt to attack into Firewall, which is such a misplay. Like, we didn't think about it until afterward. But we should have attacked into Appaloosa. And then force him to bounce the Appaloosa. So then he bounces back the Magnemut. We proceed to main phase 2. We normal summon Albaz, activate the effect. And, here we're trying to figure out if Blazing Cartesia activates in hand, which it does activate. He can negate it. But, you would not. It's not a cost. So it activates, and then on the field it activates as Fusion Summon. He just negates that, which I would assume is probably better. You want to keep that card in the hand. So I would negate the on-field effect because it does activate. So you don't really care if it's on the field. It's a body. Who cares? You want to get it in the graveyard anyways. During the end phase here, we're going to activate the effect of Magnemut because it was activated earlier. Search for the Sorenir. And then we're going to pass. And we did discard that Magnemut off the Albaz for the fusion. Attempt the fusion effect. So here's going to normal summon the Diameter. And he's going to target, I'm going to target a fire. So we're not even going to get the chance here to Magnemut, which I think is interesting. I think you definitely choose the light target so that if I do chain Magnemut, you do have the Bestial. You have the negate, but I guess you want to keep it for as long as possible. Going to the update jammer, but this is what I mean. He's just wasting the negate anyways. Here he's going to make the access code. And it gains 400. It's at 63 right now. And we're like, oh yeah, can we see the graveyard? I forgot it was 63 and can attack twice. So I'm like, okay, let's look at the attributes. He has 3 wind monsters, 2 darks, 1 light, I think 1 water. So we're like, okay, so he has 3 pops. And then he can attack. He can attack, what's he going to attack into? We have 2 defense monsters. But it's game anyways. Even if he doesn't pop, he just attacks into both of those, and that's game anyways. So we're like, yeah, what are we doing? Move on to game 3 here. I definitely think that's sick. We just, we misplayed, but it's okay. It's still crazy, what the deck can do. I like it. You definitely have to cut down on the hand traps. So I guess maybe he's not playing Gamma. Maybe he's not playing Nib. We did see the Imperm. So he's probably on 6 to 9 hand traps, I guess. We do see a Lady Debug on the side, though, which is cool. I assume it's in the main, and then you take it out. But it's weird he takes it out going first. I don't know. Maybe you side deck out some of the code talkers, or if your opponent's playing heavy pistols, you side out some of the Mathmech stuff. I don't know. Definitely a cool variation of the deck. I like some cyber spam myself. Here we're just chatting. It's a good duel. We're both having a good time. It's round 1 in the day. We're at a box event. The set's cracked. And yeah, I'm glad. I remember he was playing Mathmech a while ago. Probably a year ago now, and yeah, now it's back in the format. So I'm hype. I'm hyped for him. I like when people get to play their decks. I'm glad I get to play Despia again. So here we're going to go first, and we do see him drawing 2 Imperms. Is that also an Ash Blossom? Oh no. We reveal a card by accident too. Holy. So we're going to activate, we're going to normal summon the branded, not branded, the Aluber. He's going to hit me with an Imperm. And yeah, it's not too great. And yeah, we have an Albion in hand there. It looks like we're trying to debate what we're going to do here. We're going to activate the Albion, sending for cost the probably Brand of Retribution or something like that, unless we have Brand of Retribution in hand. Sending the Brand of Retribution, we cannot draw this. If we draw this, we're done. Like, it's obviously not a good hand here. And I guess we're just really hoping for a Branded Fusion top deck off this Albion. And did we see it? I don't think we did. We do see a Lubellion. I have the Lubellion searching for a Magnemite here. But are we going to have to banish the Lubellion? Because I feel so bad. Which is why you have to play 2, personally, in my opinion. Like, if you just banish... Oh, no, we set 2 and pass. That's not great at all. You're going to start off by activating a Small World here. Revealing a Diameter. Revealing Parallel Seed, which I believe searches for everything in his deck. And then going for a Circular, so maybe he has 2 Diameters in hand. Circular is going to activate here, sending Sigma. We all know this stuff. Sending out the Circular. Then Circular is going to target the Sigma, and we're going to Bestial it, which he knew we had. Then we're going to activate the Magnemite effect here, and flip up Tikaboo. Well, it's the start of the day in his first Floodgate, but we can't do much with Tikaboo in the field because of the fact that, like, Lubellion is huge for us, and we can't even tribute off Magnemite summon itself out. So, like, it's actually a pain. Like, I mentioned it in my deck profile yesterday. Not worth it. I was trying to play a Floodgate, and I thought, like, you know, back in the day it was good. And the first one that came to mind, I know we can't play any other ones, but yeah, definitely not worth it now, for sure. Might try out Summon Limit, but definitely not Tikaboo. During the end phase, we're going to search for the Albion, because it's going to let us, you know, dump a Branded Fusion if we do not top deck it. And here we're going to activate the Albion effect to dumping the Branded Fusion, putting itself in the bottom of the deck, and then drawing. And then Branded Retribution is going to be able to add a stat back to hand. So let's see what we draw here. And it doesn't look too good. But we're going to activate the Retribution Banish to add the Branded Fusion to hand. And we can activate the Branded Fusion here. And you have to decide, we can't make a fairy or a dragon. But I don't think that... Yeah, I was going to say, Rinbrum is not a dragon. It's a winged beast. So we can dump a Mercurier and the Albaz there to summon itself out. And it's still a very good boss monster. I don't know what the deck with Mathmech or any Code Talker deck can do under their Colonel V1. They kind of really need Cybursts. So I think that, you know, we're in pretty good luck here. Is there a way we can get into our Mirror Jade, though? We're going to activate the Branded Opening, dumping the Soraneer to add the, the Ad Libitum to hand. Soraneer effect's going to activate. And he asks what Ad Libitum does, and we describe it for him. And Soraneer here is going to dump a Branded in red. So do we have a way to get the Tragedy Engrave? We're going to enter battle phase here. Aluber's going to attack into Circular. Rinbrum is going to attack directly, attack directly, as well as Magnemite attacking directly here. And we're going to pass. He's going to Imperm our Rinbrum, because that card is crazy. during our opponent's turn. He's going to activate the Silent card, targeting the with the subtraction, the Brinbrum. And he did turn off our Tikaboo. He's able to link someone using that monster in his hand. Going for the Code Talker. I'm going to activate the effect here, searching. And dumping the Dotscaper as well. Searching for the Microcoder here. Then Dotscaper will reborn himself. And yeah. And I'm like, what do I know? I know you have Microcoder. That's it. And here you're going to link both of those away, going for the Xcode Talker. And then you're going to get the Microcoder effect, adding the Paralytic Seed to hand. And we're like, okay, so Microcoder does this, it adds. And you can add the Silent Conflict here because he wants to follow up. I don't know if that's the best play, but you can add Silent Mining because he has no other card in hand if he activates. Going into what I believe is the Firewall Dragon, activating Exceed and activating Exceed on the field. And here we have to think, and we're going to impermit. So this way he doesn't get that extra body on field, which I think is personally huge. Like he's trying to link climb here. So stopping a body is really big. Going for the Splash Mage, which maybe that was the play to imperm instead. But yeah, we kind of chose wrong. Splash Mage is going to target the subtraction. Then he's going to link summon, going into the Heat Soul. Activating the Heat Soul effect, I believe that puts it down to 1,000 life points, and we're getting close to time. It's going to add off that and then draw one. So he's going to be able to go into Access Code here, which is his whole point. I think he's trying to draw into an extender. So he drew into a dud, unfortunately. He's going to activate the effect, summon itself out. Then he's going to link away into the Access Code here. And he's going to have to pop all our board. He's going to pop the Magnemite, pop the Tikaboo, pop the Firewall, pop the Aluber. And I mean, he enters battle phase, and we activate the effect of Rinbrum, which is insane here. And he explained to him what does it do. And we activate the effect, targeting the Albaz, and then we get to summon one of them and dump the other. So here we summon out the Albaz, activate the effect, discard the Ad Libitum, and then we make our Starlight Mirror Jade. And I believe time gets called here, and if not, he's out of anything anyways. And we give him a fist bump, and that is GG's. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We did see Branded winning this. I think very, very good match. You guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the match. If anything could be done differently. What other options do you guys think that we can play if we cannot play Tikaboo? And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay safe.